I think from our perspective, we look at some of the really important factors of whether the demand or the supply of an area are determined. And let me try to start from the beginning. To give the short answer first is that I think currently Jeju Island is quite overrated, but Seoul in general is not. And let me explain. The most important determining factor of the real estate prices, at least in South Korea, is the availability of jobs. And for example, in South Chungcheong province, Cheonan, their house prices has been on the rise in the past decades because it is where the SK Hynix plants were built. So on the other hand, in the same province, in very similar locality, Gongdu and Buyeo, they are very famous for cultural heritages. So for example, they have much more tourists to go, but they have much less jobs. So in our understanding, the property prices has risen much less. Okay, so we believe this fact that the availability of jobs in the region is probably the most important determining factor for the real estate prices. So if there are more jobs, except of course jobs related to tourism, then there would be more people and more demands, and so the housing prices would rise. And in this perspective, Seoul has overwhelmingly more jobs than in any other areas in South Korea. And within Seoul itself, the GBD, the Gangnam district, has about 1.5 million white-collar jobs. And the combined population in Busan and Daegu, the two major metropolitan cities in South Korea, is 5 million. So from this, we see that Seoul's real estate price, especially in Gangnam, is bound to keep rising. Even if the government has introduced a series of regulations in the past few years, try to inhibit Gangnam's housing price rise, it is inevitable that the region's real estate prices will keep rising. So we think that Seoul's real estate price is not overrated, and it's the right decision to invest in this city, and especially this Gangnam region, and it has a strong fundamental support. And in contrast, Jeju Island is very heavily reliant on tourist industry and also Chinese capitals. And as we see in the recent months, the unstable relationship between the Chinese government and South Korean government, and also COVID-19, the tourists from China and also Chinese capital have been decreasing in the past few years. So Jeju Island also does not have a lot of white-collar jobs or industrial jobs that could attract people to relocate to Jeju. So the real estate prices in Jeju Island has decreased in the past few years. And for this reason and the same reasoning, we think that investing in Jeju Island right now is not a good option. And also, where in Seoul should investors explore other than the three city centers? We suggest to look at a information called the 2030 Seoul Plan, and that is the urban master plan that Seoul Metropolitan Government announced in 2017. Okay, so from that plan, you can see that the government selected 3 city centers and also 7 sub-centers. And while the city centers already have a lot of jobs, we assume that in the 7 sub-centers and regional centers, there are where jobs are and residents will increase in the coming decades. So whether it's a flat or small stake of a property, we believe that it's profitable to invest in those areas, or at least the areas that have easy transportation connections with those areas. So we should pay attention to those places where jobs are about to increase. And we believe that if there are jobs, then there will be people and there will be demand for real estate.